The lighter side of pest control. This is Tales from the Crawl Space podcast with Jack and Nick.
Hello, beach motherfuckers, to the Tales from the Crawl Space podcast. I'm your host, Nick, joined by our co-host, or sometimes the host of the show, Jack.
Hi there. Hi, everybody. How are you doing, Nick?
I am doing fantastic. Just had a very great frozen pizza and some sweet tea, so, I can't complain about that.
No, can't complain about a good old Southern sweet tea is good stuff. I have to tell you, I've had a pretty nice past couple weeks. I got a brand new company vehicle.
Did you now?
Yeah, it's the new Nissan delivery van type looking things, the smaller vans, like the little Sprint vans.
Like little Ford Transits?
Yeah, it's like that. It's a Nissan version, and it's uses Apple CarPlay, so I can play my music and everything and use the navigation. And it's got a backup camera because the broke down piece of shit I was driving before, it had a backup beeper that would come through the stereo when it was bad. I mean, I'd be listening to something. If I had to back up, it was like, bleh, bleh, and it sounded like it was sick. It would kind of like, spur and falter halfway through the beep. It was, I mean, even the backup beeper was a broke ass piece of shit. So I'm so glad. 911 15 is the king.
I don't blame you. I like my, I think I'm driving a 2018 Nissan Frontier.
Oh, nice.
And that thing. Love it. It's got that backup camera because we have the camper tops, and metal camper tops, so you can't see shit out of the back of that thing. So.
Yeah, no. You got everything piled in the back. You can't see nothing.
No. So having that backup camera, I absolutely love that thing. It's so much fun.
That's awesome. I tell you, them Nissans are, and this one's got the CVT, the continuously variable transmission, like Subaru's have. Man, and my Mitsubishi has it too. But man, I love that thing. It drives so nice. But so yeah, I'm enjoying my new truck. It'll wear off when I'm in the middle of the summer. But I'll tell you, the air conditioning will freeze you out. I test drove it when we had like a 75-degree day last week, so I'm happy for that.
Hey, what are you talking about? You need air conditioning up in Pennsylvania. You down here in South Carolina, we're going to get 100-degree weather, like have a heat warning still be out working.
Oh no, I get it. But up here it gets ridiculously humid. Like I can
imagine so.
You could swim from the truck to the house. It's so humid out. So yeah, as long as the air conditioning works, I'm good. I keep a sweat rag and.
It's like the Scooby-Doo short where you can cut. I mean, I think it comes from that phrase. You can cut a fog with a butter knife.
Oh yeah,
it's like like pea soup. You can do that with humidity here too. Like I walked out my door and it's like getting slapped in the face.
Oh my god!
You immediately get sweat stains. You're just like, all right, it's just time to fucking die.
And I'm a big, tall dude. I'm husky. I'm a big husky guy, and I generate my own heat anyways. So
yeah.
The last thing I need is more heat. I'm the kind of guy that walks around when it's snowing in a t-shirt.
See, I can't do that. I'm like freezing my ass off. But the one great thing about summer coming up is I get to walk around, get paid to get a tan. So.
Oh, I have Cherokee Indian in me. I get super dark in the summer.
I got Greek in me, so I have a curly hair, so I always used to get asked, like, what are you mixed with? And I'm like, no, I'm the whitest motherfucker you have ever met in your life. But I just get really tan ass skin. Yeah,
I tell you, that's the good genes. I mean, the way I always get the truck driver's tan. My left arm's darker than my right because I'm driving down.
Yeah, I usually do that
too. But I tell you, I think you had a great idea for a show this week. I'm really looking forward to the positivity, man. Everybody's got awesome customer stories, and I think you came up with a damn good idea for a show this week.
Yeah. We I think we need a little more positivity. Things kind of suck every once in a while, and we talk about a lot of the negativity and bitch and complain, just like we do in the shop, just like you do when you're talking to your coworker on the phone. Be like, you would not believe what this motherfucker did. But why don't we talk about some of the positive things? So I'm actually going to go ahead and let you go first, Jack, and then we're going to read a story from our own Brad Harvey.
Oh, yeah. Can you feel the love, boys and girls, between Nick and Brad Harvey? You know, when Nick says the phone number for our podcast, he closes his eyes and imagines he's whispering in Brad Harvey's ear. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, my most awesome customer is not when I was doing pest control, but when I was installing carpet back in my 20s. But this is an awesome story with some famous people. I'm getting to name drop because it actually happened. Actually, no, I got two famous people. One's okay. Here's the best one. You've watched the Maury Povich show where it says you are not the father. You know the Maury Povich show.
Yeah.
His wife is Connie Chung, who used to be an evening news anchor and then had like her own variety type news variety show as well. Her name is Connie Chung. Okay. Connie Chung's sister lives in Alexandria, Virginia. I'm not going to say her name, but she was married to the former Judge Advocate General of the U.S. Army. And
wow.
By her last name, you wouldn't realize who she was. So I was working with my brother-in-law doing carpet. I mean, we showed up. And as soon as we opened the door, she's like, would you like French toast or egg sandwiches? And we're like, egg sandwiches? And we thought she was kind of just like nuts. So we started, pulling up the carpet we had to pull up, get ready to install carpet. By the time we were ready to install the carpet, she had lunch made for us, hot ham and cheese sandwiches and everything. And as we were sitting there eating, and she had a cold iced tea, and I forgot to tell you, I'm Connie Chung's sister, and I went to her wedding to Maury Povich. And she pulls out the damn wedding album for all the pictures she has for Maury Povich and Connie Chung's wedding. And there she is in the middle of the pictures, and there's a picture of her with Connie Chung, and you could tell they were sisters. When she said that, I looked at her and I'm like, man, I knew you from somewhere.
Yeah.
So the best part of it was an all-day job, a lot of this platinum white carpet, which was just bright white, like hurt your eyeballs if the sun shines in the house white carpet. But she's like, my husband, he loves Japanese beer, but he's going to be out of town for like the next month and a half. So if you go behind the bar in that refrigerator, you can have all the beer in it. So I kind of walked around into the bar and I opened up the fridge and it had like 2 cases of Sapporo beer in it.
God damn.
And I was like, Are you serious? She's like, oh yeah, take it all. So I ran out to the truck and I dumped my toolbox out in the back of the van and I brought it back in and I was like packing beer. And it took me like 2 loads to get all that beer out of there. And then as I walked back in to thank her for the beer, she handed me $150 and said, thank you.
Holy shit.
She's like, thank you so much. I'm like, I don't have to share this with him, do I? She goes, oh no, I gave him $150 as well. I'm like, damn. So yeah, I got like 2 cases of Sapporo beer. I got to see Maury Povich's wedding album and breakfast and lunch and $150. So that was actually a really good day.
That does sound like a good day. Now, you better be glad your brother-in-law wasn't a dick to you and just be like, nah, she didn't give me anything. Give him $75 and you just...
Yeah, really. I would have got it back at him one way or the other. But no, that was that was really cool. I mean, I've got some other... I tell you, here's my other name dropping one. I was working for Porkin, and I was the termite supervisor for Maryland, D.C., and Virginia. So I'd run around and check out all the termite guys doing the jobs they were doing and stuff, make sure they were doing it right, checking out their graphs, their termiticide calculation sheets and everything. And went to this house. I was doing a termite inspection, and this old lady in Bethesda, it's weird. Her basement floor had like not like a pallet. Like if you were to cut a pallet in half, like you're opening up an Oreo cookie. You just got the top part of the pallet. It's like the whole basement was like just planks over concrete, which I can't give you a really good termite inspection there in the basement because I can't see the floor beneath.
Yeah.
And so she called her son 10 minutes later, this gentleman rolls up and gets out of the car, and it's the dad from Home Alone.
No shit.
Yeah. Is it William Hurt or John Hurd? One of the two.
It's either one of those.
Yeah, one of those two. And me and the two termite guys sat there in the front yard talking to him for like an hour about all kinds of. Yeah, we were doing the Home Alone dad's mom's house in Bethesda. But it was cool meeting him, and he was really, really personable, really nice guy. And he said he was going to get contractors in that are pulled wood floors so we could see the concrete beneath and to see if there's been any treatment done, stuff like that, which he did. It was all perfectly done and easy to inspect, and just like I said, a really cool guy. So it was neat meeting him.
Yeah, that would be actually really cool. That's just kind of an odd person to meet, but at the same time, that's pretty funny.
Oh yeah. No, that was definitely awesome. Didn't ask about Macaulay Culkin, but we all know how that turned out. So, but no, I remember Brad sent us one, and man, it almost made me cry.
Yeah. Really I haven't read this yet, so I kind of want to go ahead and read it off raw, because anything Brad sends me, I want it raw.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Brad likes to give it raw too. That's what he told me. So yeah, no lube or nothing.
Oh no, that makes it not fun. So This one's kind of depressing. So I want to go ahead and read this one off instead of leaving off the depressing one, because this is a happy episode. But we still want to go ahead and read it off. But
it is sweet. I've read it, and it's very sweet, and it's a very positive message about someone. So yeah, that's cool.
Okay. I have a story for the best customers topic. It's kind of a long one. My first week out on my own, all the way in the year 1992. Brad, you're old. I was assigned to service a 20-plus-year-old residential customer named Miss Collins. I knocked on her door. When she first came to answer it, she gave me a look of exasperation. Not another one. I suppose you're new. I replied that I was. She made me wait 20 minutes while she rounded up her 8 cats, crated them so I wouldn't kill them, apparently. Mrs. Collins hit me with a barrage of questions, some I knew the answer to, some I didn't. What exactly are you going to do to my house, she asked. I replied, no more than I need to, ma'am. I just need to know what type of pests you've been seeing in the house and where, and I'll take care of it, and the rest will be preventative outside. She told me she had some large ants she saw in her bathroom. They were carper ants, but I wasn't really confident of what to do. I asked her to use her phone to call my service manager. This was pre-cell phone. This is back in the day.
You're old, Brad. You're old.
Randy walked me through the treatment, and when I was done, she told me, that was the first time one of you admit that you didn't know what you were doing. You asked for help. I appreciate that. Nice. Through the years, I was Miss Collins' guy. She wouldn't let anyone else treat her house. She trusted me to bring in her mail. She started crawling her cats before I would get there. The years went on by, and her health began to betray her. The last month I was on the route before going into management. I went to her house to do her service one last time. Her daughter answered the door. She told me my mom passed away yesterday. I felt like I'd lost my own relative. Not a week goes on by that I don't think about Miss Collins. She taught me a valuable lesson. Don't be a pompous fuckstick. Never pull an answer out of your ass. Find someone who does have it. The best customers are not always the one to give you tips, goodies, weed, blowjobs, etc. Sometimes they're the ones you like for whatever reason.
Brad's got customers that give him blowjobs?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I read that.
That was my takeaway from that, is that Brad's getting blowjobs somewhere, apparently.
Blowjobs and weed.
Weed.
I would, the blowjobs don't have to, not going to go into that, but, the weed, I can't even smoke that here in South Carolina because we're a backward state, but.
That was a good one. I got to say, I had a customer like that. There was this gentleman, I used to do his termite inspection, and I met him during his termite inspection, but then because him and I hit it off so well, he got monthly pest control, but he never needed anything done. So I would just sit there. It's like he was a World War II vet. He showed me all his medals and his uniform and stuff. And I'd just sit there for about 30, 45 minutes and just talk to him. And he was the coolest guy, man. The stories he would tell me were awesome. And, just like Miss Collins, I mean, he ended up passing away, which is sad, but I think it brightened his day to have someone just to sit and hang out with. He'd put on a pot of coffee and we'd go through a coffee and he'd tell me stories, and my son was really little at the time, and I'd talk about my son and he wanted to hear more about him, and it was just a really great guy, someone I'm really proud to have been able to meet in my life, a really awesome guy. So that was a highlight of my month when I got to go hang out with him. Definitely awesome.
Yeah, I actually have one of those customers. I'll go ahead and bring him up. This Mr. Scotty something. He's a real nice guy. I have. He's on Medicare, and so we come and do his pest control for free and everything. Well, of course, we're getting paid for it, but I go in there and do it. He's kind of in a rundown house. He's got 3 dogs: Coco, Oreo, and I don't remember what the other one's name is, but he always yells at them like they're jumping me when I first go in there, but I'm like, it's okay, and they kind of calm down after sniffing for me a minute, who remember who I am. And he always just talks to me. He sometimes forgets who I am, and it's kind of sad, but I always make sure I have enough time, spend about 20 minutes there just talking to him, not even doing his treatment, just giving a conversation to this guy, because you can tell nobody really talks to him. And he's told me about how he used to, he used to live in California, and he used to live in a van at one point, just traveling around the country. And we'll talk about just different things about the state of the country and just stuff like that. But I always just try to have a good conversation with him. And
yeah.
The last few times I've gone out there, I can tell his mental health has been deteriorating a little bit. And I talked to my the lady who does our who handles that stuff, who handles those clients, and she talked to the caseworker, and he just, she said he must have just been having a really bad day, but thank you for checking on him. Because I was just worried about him, because I just went in there and he just didn't know who I was. He's like, have you been out here before? And I've been out there probably about 6 times now. And it just, kind of breaks my heart. And, I'm glad every time I see him. Every time I see him on there, I'm like, okay, I know he's going to talk to me for a while, but, I know it makes it a day every time I talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, it's customers like that, man. It's, sometimes it's the little things that mean the most.
Yeah.
For sure.
I got another one that I started doing probably back in August or September, and I went out there, and we have been doing this customer for a while. Really great guy, and he loves to talk. He just talks to me the whole time he's there, tells me about his grandchildren, all of that. I'm just going through, just talking to him about different things, and he usually asks me about my girlfriend, or most of the time people just refer to her as my wife, because we live in South Carolina, and you can't live with a girlfriend because it's, sin. But, but he'll talk to me about that, and the first time I got done there, he was like, oh, I got my, I said something about his garden, and he went and picked up some tomatoes out of the garden and gave me, like, I think $20 or something like that for doing his pest control that day. And he's like, no, this is yours. You don't share this with anybody. And there were some damn good tomatoes he grew out there.
Oh,
those were some really good tomatoes.
I love those. There is nothing finer in the middle of summer than a nice tomato sandwich.
Yeah.
With Duke's mayonnaise. None of this Hellman's bullshit. You need Duke's mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is trash.
What the hell do you put on your tomato sandwich then?
I don't usually eat tomato sandwiches, I'll be honest.
Oh, man. I don't know. You're losing popularity here. I mean, the whole southern part of the United States is going, what the fuck?
Mustard barbecue is overrated.
No, I like the vinegar-based barbecue, not the mustard.
No. I know I'm from South Carolina, but Tennessee has it right. Like, I want some, like, molasses and maple syrup and brown sugar and all of that. I want it to be like I'm eating candy.
No, I get that. When I make my own ribs and I make sauce for them, I'll do apple butter and molasses. And that actually turns out really well.
I think I might do a blueberry sauce on there next time. A blueberry barbecue.
You have to let me know how that turns out.
I did some blueberry goat cheese spinach chicken, and it was fucking great. It was awesome.
Goat cheese. I don't know how
goat cheese with blueberry. It's a good. You want a creamy cheese with that. It makes it well. It makes it real good.
Well, you're Greek, so there's that. So you like that feta cheese stuff. That's the Greek in you. So I tell you, I do love a good gyro, however. How do you say it, Greek man?
I don't even know. I've just been told I'm Greek before, so that's why I have a tan skin. I don't know if my mom's right. She might be crazy. I don't know.
No, but I'm not that big on feta. I like it like in a few things, like on a salad or something, but I can't do a whole bunch of it.
I just do a little goat cheese with some spinach and stuff like that, like in a burger. Just try it out.
I'll try it out. I like blue cheese on a burger, but I'll try feta. I'll try it.
Okay.
Fair enough. And I'll have to report back.
Yeah, report back to me with your findings.
Yes. Squeezings from a goat.
Yeah. So, talking about milk, cheese, another thing I got, one thing I actually got from a customer one time. I'm kind of
scared now.
2 or 3. What did you say?
You talking about milk and cheese, what you got from a customer. I'm kind of scared.
So I had this customer about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was going for their house, and I've been out there a couple of times, and they got a nice kind of farmhouse setting in the house, and I was just talking to them like I do with every customer. It's always good just to have that conversation while you're spraying. You might not be there for longer, but just you talking to them makes them feel like they're getting a better service.
Yeah.
And I'm going around spraying, and I see this canvas painting. It's like a print, but it's this big old, I guess 4x2, 4x3, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I like that. It's like 2 cowboys on it, and they're herding some like longhorns. I'm like, oh man, that's really cool. I really like that. And she's like, you want it? I'm like, she's like, oh, it was my dad's, and he's no longer with us. But he would want some. We were going to just take that to Goodwill, and we want somebody who would appreciate it. I'm like, do you want anything for it? She's like, no, you can just have it. And they let me have it. And as I'm carrying out the truck, I look at the back of it. It's got a price tag of $100 on it.
Oh wow!
Jesus Christ! It's a beautiful print. I put it up in the house just the other day, and I'm like, this thing is awesome.
You got to post a picture that I want to see it.
Yeah, I'll post a picture of it. I love cowboy stuff. I just playing like Fallout New Vegas, Red Dead Redemption, all that. It actually comes from video games, not like John Wayne movies. But I fucking love that stuff. I'm like, this is so cool.
Oh man, you got to watch Lonesome Dove if that's the case. You got to watch Lonesome Dove. You have to.
Okay. I really enjoyed No Country for Old Men. So
yeah.
That's kind of a cowboy noir neo whatever film, but.
No, it's good. It's good. No Country for Old Men is good, but if you like straight up cowboy stuff, Lonesome Dove, that's the one.
Okay.
See, you said milk. I thought you were going to bring up that old lady's federally funded titties again, and I was going to get disturbed.
No, I wasn't going to bring up her titties again. I don't think I want to. I haven't been out there since. I think I got her sometime soon. So pray for me.
We don't hear all about that. We're going to hear all about that.
No, you'll probably will if she says something again.
She wants to take a bite out of that Heg Hill ass.
Whoa.
Oh, man. Did we?
We did it. What were we saying?
Oh, no, I think we're going to say the same thing. What were you going to say?
We got a post in the Facebook group. The Pest Control Humor Depot ran by our Brad Harvey. So, yeah. I put a post in there. I said, hey guys, give me your best gifts you've gotten from people, your best clients. And so we're just going to go ahead and go through them. Now, this is my favorite one I've read so far. I don't know. Did you read from any of these, Jack?
I did not. So this is all, you're going to get organic responses from me from these.
This one is fucking cool. This came from Tom D. I did work for Boston Common Press, where the studio is for America's Test Kitchen is located. Every Christmas, they would give me the current year's giant cookbook of all the recipes featured in the show. That was probably my favorite counts every month. That is cool.
That is cool.
Love to do something
yeah,
like that.
man. That does sound like a cool gift.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Best one I ever had was an ant problem at a customer's house that owns a liquor store. They gave me over $1,000 in wine.
Oh.
Dom Pecorino, a few others tagged at about $200 a bottle. Drank like kings that weekend.
I'm willing to bet that was Dom Perignon. That stuff is like.
That's probably what it is.
Several $100 a bottle.
I don't drink fancy ass wine.
No, neither do I.
And gave a few bottles to other people in the company. He gave the cheaper ones to them, though.
Of course.
Which I don't blame him.
Hell yeah.
I need to find me a good wine. I haven't found something I like yet.
I can't get into wine, no matter how I drank Mad Dog 2020 when I was young. That's about as close as I got to wine.
Oh, don't bring up Mad Dog 2020. Mad Dog 2020, Peach,
Boone's Farm,
Mike Hart, is lemonade, cigars, and Papa John pizza do not mix well.
No, I bet you that vomit tastes wonderful.
Yeah. I think my friend woke up and I was like, he took a video of me throwing up.
Oh,
that was high school, though. Had a lot of fun. All right, so this came from Robert AA.
Mm-hmm.
AA because he has his middle name in there. Had a family that had gone through 2 different companies trying to get rid of their fleas. When I went in there, I diagnosed the problem as springtails and got rid of them in one treatment. Husband and wife were so happy I did the follow-up, they were almost in tears. They had very little money, but they insisted that they give me something beyond the reduced price I had charged them. Turns out they were martial art instructors that own a very small Taekwondo school and serves their only source of income. I asked for a few free lessons, thinking that it wouldn't cost them anything, maybe get a workout. Several years later, I'm an assistant instructor working part-time at the school and a 3rd-degree black belt.
Wow.
Yeah, so he kicked those springtails' ass, and now he knows how to professionally kick ass. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. Very cool.
Got one from Trevor O. Got a $200 termite treatment tip from this last Xmas. Lee N. $100 kit for killing ants. That's one of those actually made me think. I had a customer who runs a hotel. He is since retired from it, but this Christmas, like the month before in November, or actually it might have been in December, he was like, "Do you drink?" And I told him I did, and I was like, I kind of drink whiskey and stuff like that. And he said he would call my office and have me come by sometime soon. Mm-hmm. And I came by, and he handed me a pint of Jim Beam and 2 Jim Beam glasses.
Oh, nice.
The symbol in the glass, and I was like, this is fucking cool.
That is cool.
That is awesome. And I still have not opened that bottle, but we will pop that open soon because I was working for another bottle of Jim Beam. So
nice. That's awesome.
All right. Martin A. Customer gave me a pickup truck. I want to know more about this one. Like, what truck did he give you?
Yeah.
Like, what did you do for him to give you a pickup truck? All right. This came from Kaylee L. Customer offered to buy me a car when mine broke down. I cried and declined. But the most memorable customer was when I was 16 on a termite job with my dad, and I used to say such and such money plus tip at the end. This guy said, "Oh, tip, here you go," and gave me $100. I tried to give it back, but he told me I earned it. I bought my dad lunch today for the first time ever.
That's cool. It's kind of got a good tip and make a memory at the same time. That's awesome.
Yeah. Greg B apparently has gotten alcohol and weed.
Well, yeah.
I want to know people who are giving weed out. That'd be great.
Well, Brad's still on the lead with blowjobs and weed.
Yeah, so I want to know about
Oh, and we got any other good ones on that post?
that. $100 tip and 2 window AC units, a brand new dryer worth around $1,000 from one customer and one service.
Oh, wow. They made
Yeah,
out like
dryers
a
are
band.
fucking expensive.
Yes, they are.
And then this one, Kevin W., working for a well-known radio station in town, removed over 20 bats from the station. Radio DJ said a personal thanks for me over the airwaves, and my wife and son happened to be listening. Best memories so far.
That's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember it just hopped in my head. I was for the school in Virginia. There was this one school that's for troubled kids. Mm-hmm. And they have it's like a home ec class, which a lot of public schools don't have anymore, home economics. And they teach these kids skills, life skills, and one of them's cooking. And the kids did a fantastic job. I happened to be in a service one day when the kids were cooking, and they said, someone to test the food out. So do you want to come and have a meal? I'm like, sure. And it was great. And they're like, we do this every Thursday, and we're here at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's an extra credit after school. And if you want to come free meal every week, please do. That's what I did. I hit that school every Thursday, right? And these kids would cook the meat, serve it to you and everything, and they just add honest critique on how the cooking was. But man, they had a great teacher. They did some fantastic, and they had life skills. So it was a win-win all the way around. Free meal out of it every week.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jack getting food.
Yeah,
like you want to come for free food? Yeah.
Hey man,
yes, please.
I got a dad. When you got a good tool, you got to put a roof over that motherfucker. So yeah, mm-hmm. That's right. Daddy knows how to.
I'm working on my dad bod right now. Okay,
Dude, I've had turds bigger than you.
No, probably so. I probably had turds about like 1/10 of my body weight before. So,
wow, that's kind of, and see for you, it's like it falls out of your back because you have no ass.
Yes, it does.
It's a hole at the bottom of his spine. Poop just comes out of.
Yeah, just.
Poop. The mental is hilarious but disturbing all at the same time.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I've like bottled or 6-pack of beer and stuff like that. When I had that on the snake episode, that one lady, I still have these lanterns too, gave me those brushed bronze big lanterns because I love those things. I collect them. It was so nice. I'll always remember that for the length of the snake skin and those 2 lanterns. She was so cool in giving them to me. And yeah, I mean, I'm blanking on some and it'll pop up later, but
I got a customer who gave me some shot glasses.
Oh, nice.
And then like a $40 tip. He's always real nice. Right now he says he's got a keg, and he says he's got a blue moon tap he said he's going to try to find for me. He's always a nice guy. We always talk about we usually just talk about alcohol the whole time I'm there because he has like that. And he drives a Harley and everything, so I usually am commenting on his motorcycle. I think he's building one right now for his wife, if I remember correctly. Really, really cool guy. I absolutely love going out there to his house.
I've got some cool customers. I had this one house, and man, this guy he puts entertainment stuff in like bars, boxes to like the little table jukeboxes and stuff. I'm kind of working up the courage to ask one of those little tiny tabletop jukeboxes, the ones that go at like the end of your table at the diner that you can like flip through the scroll through the songs. That'd be awesome. Great. I'd love that. I don't know. I'll try. I've had people offer me beers to like drink then and there, and I'm like, nah, I can't. As much as I wanted to some days, yeah, and I really appreciate them asking. And they're like, oh, well, just take some home with you, or, here's some money you could buy someone you get work or whatever. And my house is down in Virginia. There's the property right across the train tracks from my house. I could look at the back of the house from my front porch. There's this family from Laguna Beach, California, that has a house. I tell you, these people are beach people because their idea of doing things up for country is like a Kirkland store threw up inside their house. It is like way overdone. It's like if you give someone, say, a Southern Living magazine and then tell them to design their own house based on what Southern Living magazine says is country, they went overboard.
Yeah.
But that's what they like. And they take good care of their house, and they lease their land out for cows to graze for local farmers. But when I would do their pest control, every year they would send me a check for Christmas for $150 and a card saying, "Thank you for taking such good care of our house."
Mm-hmm.
Can't argue with that.
No, you can't argue with that. And anybody who does tip your pest control technician, that is always an awesome thing to do. Even offering a bottle of water.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Things like that do make us feel appreciated. And being honest, we will work harder. If we know you're somebody like that, we're going to work harder for you because you care about us.
Yep. But I tell you that I always found out the way you generate people like that is you remember little things about them. Like, hey, last time I was here, you told me about your son's softball game. How did his team do last season? But if you show them you remember them, they're going to remember you, and you kind of build a relationship with them, which A, cuts down on your cancellations because people think you'll take it personally and they don't want to be the asshole, and B, they're going to remember you come Christmas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really shady, but you're showing genuine interest in them, remembering their dog's name, things like that, and then they remember you. And I mean, I had a guy today that was like, the guy from Virginia. Do you just move? I was like, yeah. We just started talking about all kinds of stuff. Really nice guy. He called into the office, thing to say. So no, it was awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's another thing. If you're a customer and you call into the office and props to your pest control tech, that's always a good thing.
Oh yeah, we out of the monthly meeting, we always read those off. So it's always great when you have that. Sometimes you have them come in and you're like, what? Is this person sending their own kudos in? Like, are they tipping themselves on this, calling an office, doing a fake voice or something like that? Like, how are they getting compliments? But
yeah, I'd like to call about Jack. He was really good, and I think you need to give him a raise. Yeah. So I think I'll try that, and then I'll wait till you post a picture of your truck, and I'll call on your truck number and saying that you were speeding with a hooker that happened.
Hooker in my lap.
I tell you, you got to catch up to Brad somehow.
Yeah.
We love you, Brad. But no, I think those are. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoy those. Those are cool.
Yeah. No, we always need these positive stories, and so I think we're about done here. Did we talk about Pesty last week?
Pesty? I can't remember if we did.
The pest control at home thing you can do.
Oh no, we didn't talk about it. But
I want you to rant about, or do we want to save that for next?
Oh no, I am full well ready to rant because man, I had a vendetta against these motherfuckers.
All right, we'll have this implement into next week because you're going to be talking about pest control myths.
Oh yes, I am. That is the subject of my show next week. Pest control myths, bullshit that the customer told you they think works. Like, oh, I just spread cinnamon all over the house. To crap that other technicians that are pulling stuff out of their ass tell you. Things that are complete bullshit, myths, old wives' tales, fables. You name it. That's what's going to be on next week's show. And I got to tell you, I'm a little disappointed. I put a post up about people making intros for our show, that little artificial voice thing that we have that does the intro for our show. Guys, an intro, 30 seconds or less, that says basically, what ours does, but you can add your own little flourish to it. And every single submission we get that's not horribly crude horribly crude, because we're okay with some kind of crude, but horribly crude or racist or wildly inappropriate, every single one we get, we will put at the beginning of some of our following shows, and then me and Nick will decide which one we like the best and keep that show for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So
send those on.
I mean, send it to talesfromthecrawlspace@gmail.com. Send it to send it to us on. Actually, don't do it on Facebook Messenger because you can't download audio from Facebook Messenger, which blows goats for quarters. Yeah, send it to talesfromthecrawlspace@gmail.com, and that when we will put it on. We'll listen to it first to make sure you're not asking us, saying that like we kill babies and do disgusting things to dogs. And Brad, don't you dare make one that says that exact thing. And we'll put it on the show. And awesome. Definitely want to do that. I'm going to run down our social media, and I need Nick to do his sexy voice for the phone number once I do. So pull up the phone number, Nick, because I want you to give Brad a chub.
Okay. So, and after that, are you going to rant about Pesty?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I will. Okay. So it's TFTC Podcast for Instagram. It's Crawlspace for Twitter. It's Facebook.com/Tales from the Crawlspace for our Facebook page. You can also find our posts at Brad Harvey's Tales from the Crawlspace. We're also on Reddit, which is Reddit/Tales from Crawlspace.
Yep.
Nick manages a page there on Reddit, which is a great place for information. But let me tell you about Pesty.
Do you want me to read off the number first?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Brad, get your lube. You may have to pause here so Brad can get his tissues and everything. But okay, Brad's ready. So go ahead.
All right. That number is 864-810-1216.
Give us a call. Okay, now Brad's now fully relaxed, and all those endorphins are going through his body from orgasming. Okay, Pesty, I had an issue with this damn home mail. They mail you pesticide to your house.
Do you want me to look at the kind of a little more about them? We can read that off.
Oh well, I don't want us to get into, but it's
fuck them. They won't sue us.
Okay. It's lambda-cyhalothrin, which they send you. And lambda-cyhalothrin's highly toxic to fish and to pollinators, bees and stuff like that. They don't send you PPE. The guy spraying on the commercial, it's this little tiny, it's that little battery-powered thing you get with like Bear Home Defense. In this little tiny, like flat, floppy bag thing that you're supposed to put the concentrate in and then put your water in. It's like a 2-quart bag, and
it's like the soap I buy like at Target. It's
yeah,
like a reusable.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it makes me think of. Which I like that soap. It's good. It's reusable. It's all that. But having your pesticide in there, no.
Right, and the thing is that so as a concerned pest professional, I asked on their post on Facebook, how they feel about giving professional grade, because they show the actual label for the stuff, and it's and I was like, do you realize that giving this to people that don't know how to apply it can contaminate water sources and kill bees and things like that? And they don't answer. They'll delete your comment and block you. So I asked a bunch of pest control guys on Facebook to give them a rash of shit. Brad's already been blocked for a while, I think he said. And then everybody else and thank you for having my back, guys. I really appreciate it. Everyone else that gave them a rash of shit also got deleted and blocked. So Pesty is just trying to sell this crap and won't listen to reason from anybody who's professional. But Homeowner Hacks is another page on Facebook that also sells it. And they haven't blocked me, but they also haven't answered my question. It's lambda-cyhalothrin. It's professional pesticide. It's a synthesized pyrethroid, if I'm correct. And yeah, You don't just give that to some know-nothing hairy homeowner. Come on.
No.
So, but yeah, I will dive deeper into that, and I'm going to continue my vendetta against Pesty somehow, some way. I will. If I'm going to start emailing the actual company and see if they respond.
So what they send you here in South Carolina is they send you the Pesty one-touch sprayer, batteries included, application mixing bag, applications tips, tricks guide, which not even
tips and tricks?
Yeah, tips and tricks. In South Carolina, we alternate between the following pesticides for greater efficiencies: Controlled Solution CSI 16145,
Lambda-cyhalothrin.
Yeah, and then they also use Tempered SC.
Which is basically, temperate is what? That's imidacloprid and cyfluthrin, right? Is that what temperate is?
I think so. Do you really use temperate on the outside?
I'm gonna look that up real quick because I want to know what's in that SC, temperate SC. Because I know that's like a mix of chemicals. Temperating. I'm gonna know what's on the label. They said it's for bed bug treatment.
Yeah, because you usually don't use. You don't use that on the outside typically. I mean, you could use it, but
yeah, I was right. It's imidacloprid, which was premise for termite treatments. They use imidacloprid for premise, and cyfluthrin it's premise and psychic. They're giving people premise and psychic. Really? Come on. Man, Psychic Psychic sucks. It's so bad that even with the can, it like leaks right out from under the sprayer. It's oily, it's messy, and people are going to end up, just don't even get me started. Between lambda-cyhalothrin and imidacloprid and cyfluthrin. See, I used to run a Residex. I'm sure some of you people out there know what Residex is. It's like a Forshaw or a Univar. I think it's now, I can't remember the name of the company now, but they changed the name. But it's a pesticide distribution warehouse. And I ran the one in Baltimore for a while, so I'm really familiar with these chemicals. You have to be. And I cannot believe that's what they're giving out to people. Let me look at precautionary statements. Harmful if absorbed through skin. Harmful if swallowed, causes moderate eye irritation. Environmental extremely toxic to wildlife, fish, and aquatic invertebrates. Drift and runoff from areas may be hazardous to aquatic organisms in neighboring areas. Care should be used when spraying to avoid fish and reptile pets in and around ornamental ponds. It's highly toxic to bees exposed to direct treatment or residues on blooming crops or weeds. Do not apply this product or allow it to drift to blooming crops if bees are visiting the treatment area. Another thing that can kill pollinators and fish and wildlife. And they're just giving it to hairy homeowner. Apparently, they're using lambda-cyhalothrin as demand CS. And they're also using temperate, which is imidacloprid and cyfluthrin. So you're basically getting premise psychic. And that's what they're giving people to use. And the problem is with demand, you can't use it if it's supposed to rain within the next 24 hours because of runoff. And no one is gonna check that out. No one's gonna check the weather before they start using this crap. So they're making a huge mistake, and no one will answer to it. No, they won't respond to any pest professional about doing the right thing, and they just block you because they want to sell their crap, basically. So yeah,
that's absolutely ridiculous that you sell something like that. I was looking at the prices, like at least here in South Carolina, it's about $29 a quarterly or $25 a quarterly, and like, so you're getting these chemicals, you don't know how to apply it correctly. And you're not getting a spider service, you're not getting a granular, you're not getting rodent protection, you're not getting anything.
No. And you're getting chemical you have no idea how to use it safely. They're not shipping you PPE with it, so you're going to get people that's going to get demand on their skin if they're using it.
It did say they give them gloves.
Oh, boy. Oh, wow. Gloves. Right. Yeah, gotcha.
But no chemical mixing should have.
No goggles. No. Yeah. And I'm sorry. Harry homeowner is not going to sit and read the label fully. Even if you tell them to do it, they're not gonna.
No.
So that I'm not done with them yet. So I'm calling all pest professionals who agree with me about giving Harry homeowner or Harriet homeowner demand or temperate to treat around their house and possibly hurt fish, reptiles, pollinators, themselves, their kids, their pets. Go find Pesty online and give them hell for me, please.
I was watching one of their videos, and this guy is applying the chemical. He's going around applying it, and like the pest salesman comes up to him, the pest control salesman, and starts to sell it to him. He's like, "Oh," and punts up his finger in his face, and he keeps spraying.
Oh yeah, he's like
not even looking where he's spraying, but he keeps waving up and down in the same fucking area. Just keeps going. No. These are dangerous chemicals.
Yeah, I saw that. He's like, shh, and the guy's just standing there with his hand to his face. But his hand he's got a bare hand in the commercial, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Right, so he's treating with no gloves. Thanks for setting such a good example, Pesty.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that's my frustration for the day. So we're going to go for pest control myths. One of the myths is that Harry homeowner can effectively treat their house for pests. There's a myth.
Yeah, no, I thought those do-it-yourself places were bad, but I think this may be worse.
Yeah, I agree with you, and so yeah, I've got a bone to pick with them. So
yeah,
let's have at it, people.
Yeah,
but that's me. I'm spent. I've ranted enough, so I'm good.
Got it all out.
I got it all out for right now. It's like that one good poop after being constipated. I broke the seal. I got it all out. I feel empty and healthy, so I'm good. But all right, boys and girls, that was a good show. Really good positive stuff. Loved hearing the stories from everybody on Facebook, too. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, that was a great idea, Nick. Great idea for your show.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought that was a good one. Going to be working on the pest control and pop culture media episode. I'm going to be working on that this week because girlfriend's going to be out of town, so I am just going to be watching a shit ton of TV when I come home because I got nobody to talk to. So
you can binge watch stuff. That's awesome.
I can binge watch stuff. I can watch some of the what's that show you told me I need to watch?
Oh man, now I can't remember.
The Dog Bounty Hunter and Pest Control.
Oh yeah, Billy the Exterminator. That guy's an asshat of the highest order.
Yeah.
It's like a bad 80s hair band dude, a failed hair band guy that sets up his own pest problems just to solve them on TV.
Yeah, so we'll watch that.
All right.
I'll watch some of that, and I'll get those episodes to King of the Hill for you, and we'll watch that. And
awesome.
We'll do some other stuff.
I think there's Arachnophobia where John Goodman's the pest control guy. That'd be a good one.
I think we may have to split this up into 2 episodes. Like we may have to do like a part 1, maybe not like a part 1, part 2 right at one after another, but
like 2 weekly consecutive.
Possibly.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
I think it may become big enough that it's actually a lot bigger than we thought it was. So we may do TV and then we'll do movies.
Oh, that's good. We can do that. Yeah, that's cool.
Let's do. Yeah, we'll do that show, King of the Hill. Bob's Burgers, the different vans in that.
Billy the Exterminator.
Yeah, Billy the Exterminator, some Breaking Bad, and then we'll do some movie stuff.
All right, that's cool. That sounds good. But next week, pest control myths. I want to hear everybody's pest control myths and crap they've heard over the years. You old school guys, I know you've got them. So we'll put up a post on our page and then Brad's page, and I want to hear the good stuff. And on Reddit, let's hear the good stuff.
Yes. I'll go ahead and get that posted tonight. Get somewhere people to post that, and add to it. We'll get some good stories.
Awesome. Well, good show, sir. I appreciate it. Awesome show.
Sure. All right. Well, as we do at every end of every episode.
If Nick can say it.
Cat's got my tongue. And it's got milk and I got diabetes. Yeah, it's a joke because of South Park. Anyways, if you explain the joke, it's not funny. Anyways, this has been the Tales from a Crawl Space podcast, and this is us asking you to bug the hell off.
Bug off. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Tales from the Crawl Space podcast. You can find us on just about every single podcast outlet there is online. So be sure to subscribe, and we'll have a new episode next week. Don't forget, you can find us on Instagram at TFTC Podcast, on Twitter at Crawlspace Tales, and you can also find us on Facebook at the Pest Control Humor Depot. See you next week.